G'day everyone, I'm here at this 1980s property with our asbestos expert, Steve. Welcome, Steve. And first up, how do we tell that this is a 1980s home?
What I've identified here is the brickwork, the style of the building. Not only that, the windows all aluminium cast. You got the brickwork, which is typical of the style, and also the style of the home. Part of it, you've got like a nice fascia, and then around it, you'll see there's different types of materials we used to highlight the building.
Let's go check it out.
Okay. We moved into the kitchen area of this home, and I can see that there is an asbestos containing material within the ceiling. There's a V-joint above the rafters, and you can actually see exposed cloud head nails. The rafters are exposed, which is indicative of the late 70s, early 80s. I've come upstairs here to the veranda of this dwelling, and I'm looking at the top of the ceiling. There's a raked rafter ceiling, and above that you can actually see where the paint has peeled off. It's an asbestos containing material, which would have been a Hardy Flex product. And also I'm looking at the wall sheeting here. You can actually see the cloud head nails. This is a fibro product or an asbestos containing material, and it has been fixed by flex sheet nails. They're very tiny nails, but you can actually see this imprint is of an Oregon plank, and that's a joining strip. See, that's proud, and that plastic joining sheet is actually part of the product. What I'm looking at is a full sheet panel. This is an asbestos containing material. It's one of three products. This one's called a high line. There's also another product called cover line and shadow line. They are different profiles. I'm also looking at the sophites, and that's enclosed the roof area, and that is an asbestos containing material as well. And it goes around the perimeter of the whole building. We've come to the backyard of the property. I've also identified two disconnector traps, which is the formwork that goes around the waste pipes, and then it's filled in with concrete. And this is the vent pipe. Now that's to protect the vent pipe area. I've also noticed that there is a little bit of damage here on the wall sheeting. If there is a little bit of damage or fracture on it, you can actually apply a PVA glue over it and just brush over it and just monitor it until you decide what you want to do. Underneath the veranda, I've identified that the homeowner has decided to use this space underneath as a storage facility. So they put a ceiling up there, and you can see the cloud head nails, and it is of an asbestos containing material. I believe it is some form of sheeting, and it could be a compressed sheet too. Internally here, you can actually see the dimpling effect, and it's been painted. This is the inside panel of an asbestos containing material, but the homeowner has taken upon themselves and painted it, and it's quite safe. We've come to the bathroom. As you can see, it's been renovated, and according to the homeowner, it was renovated in the late 90s. So all the asbestos containing material would have been pulled out and disposed of.
Steve, you've taken us through this property. What should I do if I find asbestos at my place?
There's no problem with asbestos while it's in situ and it's painted, it's in good condition, and there's no one abrading it or drilling in it. It can be left alone and it's safe.
Well, what's the safest way to remove it if I do find it?
Prior to doing the removal is engage somebody that can actually do an asbestos survey for you, somebody that's licensed to do so or a NATA accredited lab. And what they'll do is they'll find and identify the products, and then you have a register, and that register then you can take it to a removalist who are licensed to do the removal side, or to your builder who will engage a removalist.
I've got some mates who are tradies. Can they help with the removal?
As long as they've been trained and have the appropriate licenses. If they haven't got the appropriate licenses, they're not allowed to remove more than 10 square metres. They must follow the safe precautionary ways of doing the removal.
Thanks, Steve. Great advice. Now, if you want any further information on anything we've spoken about today, please head to our website. That's asbestos.qld.gov.au.